Good afternoon, children. Today we'll learn about mutable and immutable types. Since we have already learned these two topics earlier also, but today you are going to learn a little new concept about mutable and immutable. That is why we called integers, float, boolean, strings and tuples as immutable, and why the other data types are known as mutable. So let us understand what are these two. First of all, immutable types. So in case of immutable types, you see a sample code here. Here we have taken a is equals to 10, b is equals to a, then c is equals to 15, a is equals to 20. Now see the steps. A is equals to 20. When we say a is equals to 10, then what happens? And when we say a is equals to 20, then what happens? What do you think? That if I say a is equals to 10, and after that if I say a is equals to 20, let me show you. If I say a is equals to 10 and later on if I say a is equals to 20, so what do you think, that the value of this a would be changed by 20? No, it doesn't happen in case of Python, because Python has a different mechanism to store the values and variables. So let us take this example once again with the help of a simple little diagram. So if I say a is equals to 10, so a is equals to 10 means I have 10 and this 10 is being named by a. Now when I say a is equals to 20, it doesn't mean that the value of this box is being changed to 20. Now what happens when I say a is equals to 20? There is another memory location who is having the value 20, and now a is equals to 20 means a is not pointing to this, rather a is pointing to this value. Alright, now let us come to the example once again. So see, a is equals to 10, b is equals to a. B is equals to a means now the same value is being referred by the name b also. That means same memory location is being referred by a as well as b. The next is b is equals to 40. No, sorry, c is equals to 15. So c is equals to 15 means what? There is another value 15 and this is being referred by c. Next, a is equals to 20. Now in our previous example, a is equals to 20, that is there. Next you see b is equals to 40. B is equals to 40 means now b, which was pointing to the value 20, is no more pointing to 20. Now b is pointing to another value, that is 40. So b is pointing to the value 40. So I suppose you have understood one concept, is that whenever we are changing the variable and the variable is changing its location and not the value. So value remains at one place, and that is why we call it as immutable data type. That is why integer is called immutable data type, because 10, 20, 15 and 40, these are stored at different memory locations. These will remain at the same place, only the variables which were referencing to these value would be changing. Let us see. So at the end if I say c is equals to b, c is equals to b means what? This 40 is being referred by b. Now there is one more variable, that is c, which is again pointing to the memory location who is holding the value 40. So c is pointing to the memory location where we have stored the value 40. Alright, now one more thing you need to understand at this point is that each box, you can see these boxes, each of these box are having a different memory location, that is id. We all have done the id. If you must be remembering, every memory location has a unique id, and we have the function id that gives you the memory address of that particular value. You must be remembering, what do we type at the command prompt? We type, remember, we always say print. You can use print or you can use it without print also, id, and then you type the variable name a, b or c, whatever. So this id will give you the memory location of this A. ठीक है. All right, now let us come back to our example once again. Now see, immutable types. You see the same example. In Python, each value in memory is assigned a memory address. So each time a new variable is pointing to that value, they will be assigned the same address and no new memory location. Means every time we assign the same address, new memory location will not be created. So now you see the example here. When we say A is equals to 10, A is equals to 10, so this is A is equals to 10 and this 250 is the memory ID or the memory location. B is equals to A means B is also pointing to the same memory location whose is being referred by A. So B is equals to A. C is equals to 15. Now see, 15, this is another value which is in the memory only, whose address is 272 and is being referred by the name C. So C is a variable which is pointing to the memory location 272 which is holding the value 15. Alright, now you can type the ID, you can use the ID function and see their memory location. So you see here, if I say print ID of A, it is showing you 2304, and if I say print ID of B, it is also saying the same thing, that is 2304, because A and B are both pointing to the same value, hence having the same memory location. Now if I see the ID of C and C, it is 2384, that means C, since it was pointing to the different value, so it has a different memory location. Now if I say the value of print ID of 10, okay, print ID of 10, now 10 is being referred by A and B, so now if I say print ID of 10, you see this is 2304, which is the same ID being holded by A and B. Alright, so this concept should be very much clear, children. So that is why it is called immutable types. So what we have understood here, now see the example further. If I say A is equals to 20, so what happened? This A which was pointing to this 10 is no more pointing to 10, now it is pointing to 20. So the ID of ID would changed from 250 to 280. These 250 and 280 are just dummy addresses. These are not the actual addresses. You will get the different actual locations like which are given here. Alright, so now this A is no more pointing to 10, it is pointing to 20, so it has a different memory location. Now you see here, if I say A20 and if I say print ID of A, so see it is 2464, earlier it was 2402, something like that. Alright, similarly C is equals to B. If I say C is equals to B, so C is pointing to the value 40, earlier it was pointing to 15 in the previous example, in the previous statement rather, and B is equals to C, that means B and C both are pointing to the same value, that is 40. You can try all these examples on your Python ideally. So that is why they are called immutable types. So from the previous code it is clear that variable names are stored reference to a value object. Each time we change the value, the variable's reference memory address changes. So this is the most important thing you need to understand. Means कि जितनी बार आप वैल्यू को चेंज करते हैं उतनी बार वैल्यूएबल रेफरेंस मेमोरी एड्रेस चेंजेस. So it will not store new value in the same memory location. ठीक है, that is why integer, float, boolean, strings and tuples are immutable. ठीक है, क्योंकि आपकी जो value है that remains at the same place, it does not change, and that is why it is called immutable. Means अगर 20 है तो 20 is at one place. If I say another value 40, so 40 is at different location. Their location will not change. Their value, their variable reference memory address changes. ठीक है, जिस वेरिएबल से आप इसको रेफ़र कर रहे हो वो चेंज होता है. 20 का मेमोरी लोकेशन चेंज नहीं होता, इसीलिए हम इसको इम्यूटेबल टाइप्स बोलते हैं. I hope you must have understood this concept. Alright, now variables of certain type are not like storage containers, that is fixed memory address. where value changes every time. So up now let us come to the variables, hence they are immutable. So variables of certain type are not like storage containers. They are not the storage containers कि आपने एक बार एक वैल्यू डाला, दूसरी बार आपने उसको दूसरा वैल्यू डाल दिया. No, the variable will keep on, they can change their reference location but the value cannot be changed. So that is why they are called immutable. Alright, now what are mutable data types? Now mutable types may we have list, dictionaries and sets. So we'll look upon the concept of mutable types with the help of list. Now see, in this case, using list, employee is equals to, this is a list example, we have taken E001, Rama, sales and 67,000. So this is a list, I have taken different data type, different values in it. Then if I say print ID employee, so it is printing 3896. This is its, the ID of this employee variable. If I say employee 3, since this is list and this is mutable, so I can change employee 3. Alright, that means 0, 1, 2 and 3. This is employee 3. If I say 75,000, means I have changed the value as 75,000. Earlier it was 67,000. Now again, if I say print ID of employee, so what do you think? Will it is going to give you a different ID? No, it is going to give you the same ID as of earlier. You see 3896 and 3896. So in case of list, these are mutable because we can change the value at their location. That is why they are mutable, because list is mutable, that is why the values are getting changed at the same memory location. Alright, now variable internals. Now still, if you are not very clear with the concepts, you try to understand with the variable internals. There are basically three things which are associated with the variables. What are these three things? These are type, value and ID. Now what is a type means? Type means we have the data type, it is of string, it may be of integer, it may be of float, it may be list or so many other things. Value means the value, actual value, means if it is, the type is str, the value may be, let's suppose kv, kp. Integer may be 23, 100 or anything, any integer. Float or list. Then we have ID. ID means the memory location. Memory location means at which place in the main memory the value is being stored. So every variable should have these three things, and you should be knowing what is the type of a variable, what is the value of a variable and what is the ID of a variable. All these three things are different and every variable has these three things, because Python treats everything as an object. And I told you in the previous video that what is an object? An object is an physical entity that has some characteristics. Like variable is also an object and it has three key attributes, that is type, value and ID is associated with it. That is why it is a Python object. Next, you see the example. Type of an object may we have integer, we may have integer, we have str, that is string. So the function for finding out the type of a variable is type function. Then similarly we have the ID function, to find out the ID, that we have already done. And the value, we know that if I say name is equals to Jax, so this Jax is a value. So these three things are always there with a variable. Next we have a evaluating logical expression.